Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Michael.
And I'm Delaney.
And I'm Bradley.
And 2 out of the 3 of us are CYT alum.
I'm Bradley.
Anyway, we are all actors out in LA, and we want to provide you all with 4 videos about self-taping an audition.
So what exactly will each video cover, you asked all at once, as if we were the spirit of knowledge itself?
Well, we're going to tell you.
Episode 1. In this episode, we will be going over headshots, resumes, and acting-based websites like IMDb Pro and Actors Access, and even some first few steps after you get your audition. Episode 2. We will cover what equipment you need and the best ways to set it all up. Episode 3. We get to the fun stuff.
The acting!
Yeah. And finally, episode 4. We will cover the post-production like editing your video and uploading it at its best quality. So, let's get started helping you become a self-tape master.
It's like becoming a Pokemon master, but instead of fighting other Pokemon trainers,
you fight being poor.
Let's go!
Let's start by demystifying headshots. What's the point of them, and how do you take them?
Headshots.
Headshots. Headshots are a skill set all on their own. They take practice. Finding your good angles, representing your best self, how to work with a camera. Headshots are your calling card. They are your first impression to a casting director or team. So your headshot has to be you, not just your face. That's easy. It also needs to capture some of your unique personality.
He's beautiful.
Thank you. You also will want some additional headshots that capture your various types.
An actor's type means what types of roles you could realistically play.
Like, I wouldn't play an old man for a while. That's not my type.
But you could play a jock or a young dad.
Or a swan. Anyway, pick out a few outfits that can best represent you, your types, and some characters. Then, it's time to practice some posing. You can even play some of your favorite music while you play around with the different looks and emotions. But most importantly, we want you to have fun.
Resume. When you create a resume, you want to make sure it is 1, easy to read, 2, organized, and 3, professional. Notice the difference between these 2 examples.
There is a difference between theater roles and roles on film and TV. For experiences on live theater, you want to write down the name of the show, the role you played, and the name of the theater.
For film or TV shows, don't put the character's name, but instead the size of the role. Lead or principal, supporting, series regular, recurring guest star, or co-star. It should be mentioned to leave your personal contact information off of your resume, especially if it'll be posted online. Keep yourself safe and don't be giving your personal contact information to anybody.
Oh, and the rules of the resume and the headshot change every 10 years or so, with variations in between. So, make sure you keep yourself up to snuff with all the current crazes.
Let's move to websites.
Website.
Using an IMDb Pro account is one of, if not the, best ways to find contact information of directors, producers, casting directors, actors, agents, etc. You get the idea.
Why is this important?
Because as an actor, you need to do your research on everyone and everything happening in the biz.
For example, what agency needs someone of your type? What casting director tends to hire someone of your description? Who gave your celeb doppelganger their start? What kind of film history the director you're auditioning for has, and therefore, what style you know you can utilize in your audition?
The list is endless. So upload your most current headshot and resume. The subscription is worth the money.
These and other websites will help you find auditions of various kinds. They are incredibly helpful, especially before you get an agent.
These websites will also have your headshot, your resume, no contact information, and your reel.
My real what?
No, your reel. It's a series of short snippets of you in a movie or show, and these do what resumes and headshots can't. Actually show your acting.
Oh, I knew that.
Overall, the relevancy of each website will change depending on where you live, give great options for all types of auditions, and is a worthy investment for your career.
Whew. Well, now that we've covered the basics.
Let's get to the audition process!
Oh. An actor prepares.
An actor prepares. Bradley Gosnell, you just got yourself an audition. What are you gonna do next?
I'm gonna take a nap.
No!
I'm gonna cut my own hair.
Oh, wrong again, silly man.
I'm going to prep for the audition?
That's correct. All right, Bradley, listen to me. First, check to see if sides are provided. Not your physical sides, you beautiful sculpture of a dude. Side to small snippets of a script provided for you to audition with.
I got him!
Good. Now, is there a mention of when the audition is, or if it needs to be recorded?
Recorded due tonight?
Calm yourself!
Oh.
Does it mention the format, wardrobe, and or who the casting director is?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Perfect! Now all we need to do is memorize your sides.
Memorization.
Memorization.
Hi, everybody! It's really us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not on cartoons. You might think we got a little lazy on the cartoon thing. Well, you're right.
They did.
Yeah. So we're doing this live. We thought
Yeah.
this was a good opportunity for us to kind of talk about memorization and what works for other people and works for us.
Yeah. Well, I know a big one is visually learning,
Yes.
and that's like if you have to see it or highlight it to get those words to stick.
Mm-hmm. Auditory is another one where you really need to hear something a few times often to really know it.
Mm-hmm. And there's also kinesthetic, which is a crazy word, but it also means that you need actions, movements, or blocking to tie in with the words to help you really memorize it.
Right. I mean,
Muscle memory.
oh, there it is. And like we all know, it's everyone has their own thing, and it's,
Yeah.
everyone's going to be like a hodgepodge of all three of those things.
Or anything in between,
Yeah, anything in between.
So me personally, I am visual. I need to highlight things, but I'm also kinesthetic. I need to move around. I really have trouble memorizing a show until it's blocked. Like I memorize it way easier then. But also, what really helps me is memorizing the emotional beats of my character, how I'm feeling, how they react to things, what's being said, and then the lines are just there.
I'm a very auditory memorizer. I hear things a lot. I like repeat myself a bunch of times so I can hear myself say it. Except for jargon. So if I'm ever doing like a role that is of like a police officer or like a military, something that's like very a unique profession that would have their own sort of lingo, all that stuff's very foreign to me. So I have to really write that down
That makes sense.
and make sure I nail those lines so they feel natural.
I thought you had trouble memorizing the word jargon.
That one word I just can't get.
It's just the jagging of it all.
The jargon, that's close. I'm pretty kinesthetic, actually. I always move forward when I say my lines because the purpose of lines is to move the story forward, so I just kind of pair those up. Wow. I also, if something's really hard jargon-wise and I just need to like hear it a lot audibly, I will break a word or a line down word by word. So it's like, we went to the, we went to the mall. That's just the repetition aspect of memorization. But I also like to memorize without any scripts in my hand. So that way I get used to performing without a script in my hand.
Yeah, that's really smart because another thing we want to talk about is when you do your audition or when you do memorize your script, make sure before you actually go into the audition room or go in front of the camera that you practice your lines in front of someone else because their energy is going to bring a whole new level to the game for you.
Right.
You can have your lines memorized then. Michael, Dragon.
I run a self-tape studio and it happens literally with every client, so it makes sense. It just happens all the time.
And I'm Delaney Milbourne.
There you go.
I think that's about it. So without further ado, we'll see you back in Cartoon Land.
Wow. So that's what we really look like, huh? I mean, we're beautiful.
So why are you so disappointed?
You said I could be a real swan! You said it!
Anyway, that wraps up episode 1. We can't wait to see you all for episode 2, where we will explore how to set up your equipment for filming your audition.
Bye.
They've got trees and mooses and sled dogs, lots of lumber and lumberjacks and logs. We have things